Hi there. So I drew this up because I'm going to try to present how I'm seeing these triangles. But first, I wanted to say one more thing over here from the last video. And I wanted to mention that if you do decide to do research into this, not only, look into Luke 169 and Obadiah 118, but if you could also look into Ezekiel 47, because it talks about a spiritual land and a spiritual kingdom, and it seems to use this like directional wheel. In this spiritual kingdom, there should be no difference between Jew nor Gentile, but that all should be partakers of this inheritance in their head Christ. And in that chapter, Ezekiel 47, it seems to be talking about the wheel here. Okay, so I've been talking about these triangles a lot and kind of, trying to walk through, and I think this is what it is. Of course, you can do your own research. I am new, I'm not an expert, but these three good triangles, okay? So body, spirit, soul, and I believe the body is the first, representing Messianic Jews, the Old Testament, the capstone of Jesus down, and the spirit, the main spiritual church would be the Philadelphia church. So it represents Joseph being in Egypt for the spiritual Egypt. So the New Testament is from Jesus, and the spiritual Joseph, I believe that has to do with it. Okay. And then the third part, soul, rainbow covenant, heavenly knowledge, God. And you put all three of those together into one shape, and it turns into a Star of David with a rainbow in it. Now, this other one, I really do believe it's the Vatican, not the people at the bottom, that a group or individual at the top is not teaching the right way. So, not Jews, where up here is from the Jews. And the second one, the spirit, Egypt. I believe Freemasonry is the spiritual Egypt here. And I wrote a question mark next to Lucifer Bible because if you do some research into them and their books, it mentions Lucifer. So I encourage you to look into that. And it's better to know these things and to look into them than to ignore it. But again, the people in the group, they're good people, but I'm concerned about someone at the top misleading by leaving out an important piece of information. That's why it's broken. And then the third, I really don't know, but I wonder if it has something to do with the fallen and Nephilim, whom I'm just learning about. So if I said a long time ago, I seem to have gotten like this mirror code for solving puzzles in the Bible. And it kind of came to this because the star, that kind of star, it represents putting these together with missing pieces. And up here, when you have all the pieces, which is Jesus, it turns into a full Star of David. And so I wrote, Jesus is the way, triangle 1. Jesus is the truth, triangle 2. Jesus is the life, triangle 3. And on this journey, I strongly believe that Jesus died to save us from beyond what we could understand. So I do believe this is very important to look into yourself. with Jesus, he broke the universal law of sin by dying yet not committing sin. So with him as your capstone, it makes you above the law of sin, because he covers you. And without Jesus, it would put you below the universal law of the sin. And part of how I got led here too is, all the way back at that first video I did when I was concerned about my dreams and I didn't really understand what was going on. The main messages were for people to face themselves, whether they believe in Jesus or not. I was told the law was on the way, and I didn't really understand at the time what that meant, and judgment. So, like I've said many times, I am concerned about this, and I'm presenting all this information for other people to look into it themselves. Okay, I hope that was helpful, and I hope I'm making sense. And thank you for considering this information.